Our friend Frogger gave us permission to watch this on stream, so we are going to watch this. This is a rant about Overwatch 2. Let's see what his rant is about Overwatch 2.
Buddy, what's gonna come first? A legendary venture skin or weapon inspects? Ding ding ding, it's neither! Something that gets commented on my Overwatch videos a lot is people making comments of, wow, Frogger is one of the only Overwatch creators that still has fun in the game. How does he do it? What's the secret? And then to, you know, to the people that really want to know the secret, well, let me tell you, it's alcohol. All right, so what I want to talk.
Hey, okay, first of all, god damn, don't, no, alcohol is not the answer. Also, why is his crosshair that big? Second of all, I have fun playing the game still. Overwatch is a fun game.
What about today is Overwatch 2 and how I feel about Season 10, because everyone has been pretty sad about the game. A lot of people have been asking me about my opinion on the game in Twitch, on YouTube, on Twitter, how I feel about the game. And I figured, all right, well, if people want to hear me yap, I'll yap for a bit. And if people like this content, I'll do it. I'll do more of it in the future, because I feel like my opinions are... God, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit sick, and it's annoying me because my nose keeps blocking up. If people like this sort of content, I'll make some more in the future where I just yap, because I like sitting down and talking with you guys about random stuff that happens in the Overwatch community. Let's talk about drama next and all that. Ooh, drama. Okay, so let's talk about the positives about this season.
Is there actually any drama with Overwatch? I don't feel like there is any drama. Besides Overwatch TMZ and all this shit, bro. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, every other day on Overwatch, I see, hey, name your favorite streamer. It's always the same post and shit on that stuff. Anyways, I don't think there's any drama, right?
Benches are free here and now. This is a character that's not locked behind the battle pass, which is great, because I think the stupidest thing about Overwatch 2 is, that's right, we don't have weapon inspects yet, because where the hell are anyways, Venture and other heroes are locked behind the battle pass, and that was really stupid.
That was stupid. I'm glad that the Overwatch did that change.
Stupid. And for most people, they wouldn't buy the battle pass. They just have to grind for the hero. And,
yeah, that was a stupid thing that I'm glad that they did.
Originally it was 55, but it was level 45. And for most people that have a job or a 9 to 5, or, you know, don't religiously play Overwatch every single damn day, that's going to take you up to 2 weeks to unlock the hero. Or, I don't know, maybe a month. Some people didn't even unlock the new heroes, which was annoying.
Yeah, I like that. Unlock, not putting the characters behind a paid battle pass is the smartest idea they ever did. And this is what I think Overwatch does. They do one step forward and then they do multiple steps backwards. And taking the mythic skin that was in the battle pass and then putting it into like this mythic shop where you could spend $50 for mythic prisms I don't think that's a good thing, dude. I do realize that you could get mythic prisms in the current battle pass and then buy whatever skin you want. But I think it's dumb just removing it from the battle pass itself.
The challenges you have after the heroes are gone out of the battle pass aren't like the worst in the world, but still, it's a little bit annoying, and I totally understand why people hated it. I hated it myself too. I don't know why I'm acting like I'm like, yeah, I liked heroes locked behind the battle pass. I thought it was stupid.
No, that's
dumb as hell. The amount of times during Malga meta where people would be like, oh man, sorry man, I didn't have Malga unlocked. You know how much that annoyed me?
Oh, I don't know. This reminds me. Sorry, I have to pause it. I don't know if you guys seen it, but there is a clip of, I think it was my team or someone's team. I think it happened to me, where my tank didn't have Malga unlocked, and we were getting fucking rolled. We were getting fucking absolutely stomped, and my teammate was like, hey man, I don't have Malga unlocked. He left the fucking game, and then bought Maga to rejoin the fucking game, so we had Maga. It was that, dude. That's fucking that's just crazy to me. That is just crazy.
That was one of the dumbest things ever. That was the dumbest thing ever, man. I'd be hardcore Malga meta. Be like, hey man, do you have Malga unlocked by any chance? He's like, nope. I've got Roadhog unlocked. Yeah, and that guy would just run it down on Roadhog, and he'd be like, well, shame that I'm $10 broke. And it's like, man, and it's like even more annoying because Overwatch doesn't even have an in-game gifting system. And it's like, I could have just bought people the battle pass if they really
Why is there no gifting system?
You know what, buddy? Here, I'll just buy you the battle pass so you can play Malga. It's all bloody good. Anyways, yeah, I'm still kind of trying.
There should be a fucking creator code. You can actually support creators by using their fucking code in a shop. I don't know why this game doesn't even fucking have it.
Traumatized from the Malga season.
Every other game has it. Fortnite, Call of Duty, fucking. Does Rocket League have it? I don't even know. I don't even fucking play Rocket League, but I wouldn't even be surprised. Roblox has it? Wait, Rocket League has it?
I don't know how I managed to release a video every single week.
PUBG has it, and that's a fucking dead game. No, actually, I don't think PUBG's dead. I think the mobile community is keeping that game alive.
But hey, shout out to Widowmaker. She's the GOAT. All right. So you can also buy old mythic skins if you don't want the current one. That's a new change they've done to the battle pass, which is great. I like that. You have these things called like mythic prisms now.
That's stupid. Yeah, I think the mythic prisms are dumb as shit.
Which they're quite expensive. It's kind of scary. So, anyways, if you don't want the Mercy mythic, you could buy the Orisa mythic instead.
I think that's stupid.
What the hell is wrong with you? But yeah, the whole theme that we've had this season with Mirrorwatch was something that was teased at BlizzCon, and I really like this theme. I really like the idea of the whole what if scenario. What if Sombra was a good person? I mean, she kind of is a good person. She just has her own morals. I don't know. She just works for Overwatch now. You know what I mean? What if Doomfist was a good person? Yeah, and it's like, what if Mercy never saved Genji? Well, he lives in Australia now. So
the one bad thing about these custom games is that it's repetitive. People are gonna play it once and they're never gonna play it again. I think that's what happened with PvE, and that's why they scrapped it. People only played it once. It wasn't repetitive, and they kind of just scrapped the whole idea.
That's what happens, everybody. If a mysterious woman doesn't save you in your lives, you will end up in Australia. You've been warned. Find a girlfriend or a boyfriend. I don't know.
Mythic Orisa Mythic is great. Don't at me. That's one of the worst Mythic skins out there. Are you on drugs? The Mythic skin for Orisa is basically the same skin that she had previously, but they made it a little bit more cooler.
Yeah, the whole idea around the skins is really good. I'm a little bit upset because we didn't get a Lucio skin this season, but, you know, the art director for Overwatch has come out and said, yeah, we had the idea of Vishkar Lucio. We didn't do it, though, but we could do it in the future, so that's great. It might happen. It might not happen. I think my idea for, like, a Mirrorwatch Lucio would be something a little bit more crazy, like maybe, like, a Talon Lucio. Vishkar Lucio is a cool idea, but Talon Lucio sounds so much cooler, because I like Lucio, but I wish he was, like, you know, he had moments where it's like, oh, you know, let's not heal the team. Well, that's like the other way around. Like, evil Lucio would be like, let's heal the team. Something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I think something like a Talon Lucio would be really cool, where he's a bit more, like, evil and he's angry, you know, all that sort of stuff. Because like, Lucio's like a really upbeat, positive character. You never really have a moment where he's like, Symmetra, you little poo-poo head. Well, how dare you burn down my town or something. Alright, I'm going off track. But yeah, the whole theme was sick. I like the Mirrorwatch skins. I really like the Mirrorwatch game mode. That was great. I really liked that. There was some, you know, unique abilities that got added into the game. It's like Reinhardt with, like, Bap's window on his shield. Doomfist had a shout. Sombra was able to, like, give her team, like, some heals and a fire rate buff. And some of the changes were cool, because I like the whole idea of fire rate buffs. I think that's really, really fun. Mercy was also really, really good. I thought the supports were pretty underwhelming. I didn't really like playing Ana in the mode. I didn't really like playing Sam.
Ana was fun. The headshot was actually pretty cool.
Boring except Mercy. So maybe Mercy was just like, yeah, check this out. I'm cool as hell. So, you know, shout out to Mercy. She absolutely owned. But yeah, maybe Mirrorwatch could return in the future. And then they could have Mirrorwatch Lucio, where if he's healing the enemy, they take damage.
Oh my god, that sounds actually pretty cool.
So that'd be cool. But now Mirrorwatch game mode is gone. And I don't know why they did that, because it's like, who the hell is queuing up for low gravity? What the hell do we have in the arcade category right now? Bounty Hunter? Like I could just have this on in the background while I talk, and I'm not gonna get a game. So but yeah, that's mainly the things I like about this season.
Frogger is fucking ridiculous.
Talk about the things that I didn't like about this season, and that is Venture. And not that I don't like the character, I just dislike how this character has been treated by just Blizzard, Overwatch, all this sort of stuff, right? And this is more so criticism, where I think that, like, this character's released with no origin story. This character released with barely any skins at all. We got an epic skin halfway into the season. We didn't get a legendary skin. We barely got any highlight intros, emotes, anything like that. And it's like, what the hell? This is like one thing that is people are going to be super hyped for. We had like a play test. We had, I don't know, it's a new hero. It's like, this is the thing that's going to make you money. But it's like, why were we hesitant on releasing their skin at the start of the season? That is one of the things that annoyed me a lot. We have the Ice Cream Venture skin. Why the hell do we not give Venture their ice cream skin at the start of the season? I'm raging about an ice cream skin. It's like, we release it halfway in the season, and most people are going to be bored of the hero by then. The character's already got
apparently
nerfs,
not, bro. Apparently Venture's really busted right now, chat. Smile. Venture's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Most people have already been dropping the hero because they're not super powerful anymore. When you release a character that's pretty strong on release, you're gonna be like, "Ooh, yeah, I like this character. This is the character that's gonna get me out of silver. I'm gonna buy a skin because I like him so much." That's like a thing that I have as well. If I start playing a new hero in quick play for fun, I'm like, "Ooh, I like this character. I'm gonna buy a skin for this character." So then I do, and then they get nerfed next week, and it's like, "Ooh, I just wasted my money. Ooh, time to go back to Lucio," you know what I mean? So I just found it really weird that Venture's whole release schedule of stuff was just very odd. I assume they obviously wanted to market around like the Mirrorwatch stuff a lot more, but it's still weird to have your new character kind of be like the face of the season.
Frogger's spitting, bro. When you have a new character
Venture
that's
4,
supposed to be
something
like
that, the name is
new characters are released every two seasons, Trent. Venture, I mean, the playtest was fun. I liked the playtest and people gave their feedback on the character and whatnot. But like, Venture was kind of underwhelming, like you said
in the season's
beginning.
title, something like that. So why didn't we get like a Venture skin early in the season, or even anything Venture related in the battle pass? I think we got a moat and a victory pose and maybe a voice line, and that's it. Not even a skin in the battle pass. So what the hell? Am I cooked? Am I stupid to think that maybe we should have gotten some cosmetics for the character in the battle pass or earlier in the season?
Yeah, how can you not come? How can you come out with a character and not add stuff in the battle pass? That's weird, no? If season 12 comes along, and I think that's when the new character is supposed to come out, you should have at least one legendary skin, or you should have at least like something in the battle pass for that new character, so people can like grind for it and then use it for the new character.
Story as well. Instead, we got like a 50-second animation where it kind of goes over like a little adventure that Venture had, going into Cairo and taking an artifact, fighting some Talon grunts, and that's it. I think it was Cairo. Sorry if I'm wrong on that. But yeah, they fought some Talon grunts. They got an artifact.
The tier 80 skin should be a legendary for the new hero. I completely agree. Because apparently they took out mythics at level 80. Fuck it. That sounds like a great idea, dude. Hot take, I'm annoyed they stopped adding maps for every other season and just rework maps. Stop adding maps for escort, hybrid, and control, and more push Flashpoint and Clash. I agree with you, but I do feel like some maps should be reworked. Some maps do need to be reworked because it's not a 6v6 anymore, it's a 5v5. I don't like, I think the latest one was what? The latest one was chat, what's that map called? I think Dorado needs some changes. No, for sure. Junkertown. Like, take Junkertown for an example. They changed Junkertown, and I don't know why they said this, but they said Pharah was really oppressive on Junkertown, so they needed to add, like, some buildings on First Point. That's fucking crazy, bro. Pharah was very oppressive, chat. That's crazy. Like, I also completely agree they need to add new maps for... They need to stop adding game modes. I feel like they're adding way too many fucking game modes to the game, and it's really fucking horrible because you only have like what 3 push maps, and it's been almost what 2 years, a year or two. This fucking Overwatch 2 came out. Flashpoint still only has 2 maps, and like yeah, stop adding game modes. I do agree to reworking some maps. They reworked, I think, Gibraltar. They reworked Junkertown, and I'm sure they reworked something else, chat. But they do need to add more maps. Less game modes, more maps for the ones that we already don't have.
And that's about it. It kind of just gives like an overview of their personality. They're like a bubbly character that likes digging, that likes artifacts. That's really it. Now, if you're someone like me, you're probably asking the question, well, why?
Also, wait. There's been, dude, the one thing that I love about Overwatch is the animated shorts. Their animated shorts are fucking amazing. But the last animated short that I think that we got was like, what, something for Sojourn in the PvE? And then before that was what? The K-pop? I don't think, manga. We had something for maybe manga, but the manga one wasn't really that good in my opinion. The only one that I think that was really good was the Kiri, but that was the release of Overwatch 2. Yeah, let's go. So they need to. There's a lot of other characters out there. There's a lot of other characters out there that even from Overwatch 1 that don't even have an animated short.
How do they like digging? What kind of person are they? Are they a good person? Are they a bad person? Are they an anti-hero? Do they have any, like, history with Overwatch characters or talent characters? Anything like that? What's up? What am I, you know? And so you kind of just expecting something like that out of the origin story. But we didn't get an origin story. So you're like, oh, well, Twitter says they eat rocks. I'm just going to run with that. Great. And everyone's kind of just got the whole thing where it's like, this character eats rocks. It's funny as hell. And it's great. But yeah, that's one of my things that's a little bit worrying going into the future seasons. I feel like Space Ranger might get a lot more stuff in the future. Maybe they just didn't think people wouldn't be that interested into Venture. But I hope it's like they've kind of realized that, oh wow, we should have put a lot more into Venture's release because a lot of people care about this character. I care about the character. I mean, now I don't really care about him anymore because it's like they've already got nerfed. They've already got, like, I didn't even bother buying the skin for him because they just released it so late that I just kind of, the hype for me died down for the character. Whereas like, okay, well, I'm just gonna wait for the next Lucio skin that comes out in 4 seasons from now. Woo! So yeah, it just felt weird to me. So if the Overwatch team is listening to this, get back to Origin Stories or something. Maybe have Venture appear in Origin Story. I think we have a comic coming up with Venture soon, so that's great. But I still like the Origin Stories, and if that's something that's kind of just getting stopped, that's kind of sad, because if it wasn't for Origin Stories, we wouldn't have gotten that Six Sigma one, where, you know, it got made into a TikTok audio with the Playboy card in the background. See, like, TikTok audios do numbers for the game, man. You don't understand.
True.
People are like, oh my god, that's Sigma from Overwatch. I haven't played Overwatch in ages. I'm gonna pick it up again. They reinstall Overwatch, you're like, holy moly, this game's still terrible. And then they... I need to stop laughing at my own jokes, but I'm so funny. Anyways, alright, so now we're gonna talk about Overwatch balance. Now, do keep in mind, I am a Lucio player, so what I like is going to be completely different at what you like. You might like poke metas, but I like fast, chaotic metas where things are just fast, and I feel like I'm working with my tank super well. So I don't like Orisa. I don't like Orisa, and I don't like Roadhog. I like metas where I can work with my tank a bunch. I mean, one of my favorite duos is a Junker Queen player. Romani, love that guy. Every time I run it down with Romani, just playing Junker Queen, I'm like, this is great. I'm speeding this guy around. He's killing 5 every fight. This is what it's like to, like, mercy pocket a Sojourn who's, like, aimbotting. This is just what it must feel like. This is what it is. This is just the Lucio equivalent of mercy pocketing a Sojourn. So this is wonderful.
I love it when I get pocketed by a mercy on Sojourn.
And I really wasn't a big fan of that. And that kind of made me like, whatever, yeah, Orisa, every single game. And being a support player, I noticed as well, is that counter swapping is still kind of a big thing at the moment. And people kind of say like, oh, but counter swapping is part of the game and all this sort of stuff. Personally, I understand that, yes, it's part of the game, but I still think it's kind of stupid. It's like, oh yeah, well, you go this character. I'm gonna go Malga. You go this character.
I do think counter swapping is a big problem, and everyone complains about it at least a few times every day. But I feel like hero bans. Remember, I don't know if this is a thing, chat, and I'm just spitballing over here. But remember when I did at DreamHack, they put us on stage and they did like a test with hero bans, and we banned 3 characters each. Maybe hero bans might be a thing, and maybe hero bans would probably stop the counter switch, the counter watch. Maybe. I do think adding hero bans to the game probably would be kind of fun. I know they had hero bans in the future. I mean, in the past, but they were kind of stupid. They randomly picked it themselves or had a cat do it or something. No, I think it has to be the player's choice, like League of Legends. And it's going to be map dependent. It's going to always be different on each map. I think that makes the game a little bit more interesting. But I do feel bad for one tricks. Let's say if you know Frogger's on the other team and you know he's going to play Lucio and then you ban Lucio, I think that is kind of fucking awful. But in my opinion, I don't think you should be a one trick, but that's a whole nother discussion. I don't think one tricking is healthy for the game. I do understand people have their favorite character they want to play, but I do feel like if there's a game that has 40 fucking characters, you should learn how to play more than one, right? That's just mine. Unless they use streamer mode. Yeah, they could use streamer mode to avoid that.
I'm going to go Orisa. And it's especially, like, counter swapping is totally a fine thing, but it really depends on what the whole main, like, free meta tanks are. I always kind of see it as, like, you know, every single season, there's always, like, the rock, paper, scissors of tank. And it's kind of like, oh, but if it's, like, Malga, Orisa, and Roadhog, that doesn't really seem like a super healthy, fun rotation of tanks to go through. But if it's something like, maybe like Winston, Diva, and then Junker Queen or something like that, it kind of feels a little bit more healthier in a sense. But that's just kind of like how I see it. Some people obviously going to see it a little bit differently. So I'm going to reiterate. I'm going to say more so like maybe like Winston, Junker Queen, and then Sigma. I obviously think Reinhardt kind of like struggles a little bit at times. I think he's actually pretty good this season if you have teamwork. But if you don't have teamwork,
yeah, there's no teamwork in comp.
But, you know, that's just how I feel about it. That's how
there's no teamwork in comp.
So I can't really talk on this stuff that much. But yeah, I've noticed a lot of games recently. My tanks are constantly counter swapping, and I'm like, oh my god, are both of you having fun? And I asked one of my tanks if they're having fun, and like, well, it's part of the game. It's part of the game. And I was like, all right, man, whatever, have fun, I guess. And the enemy tank was just absolute trash talking him, calling him an absolute loser. And I was kind of like, you know, it would be funny if we lost this game because I'm kind of rooting for the enemy tank here because my tank's just counter swapping all game. And I'm like, is that fun? I don't know, but I think counter swapping is kind of like, it's a double-edged sword where yes, it can be okay and it's totally fine because yes, it is a part of the game, but it really depends on like the rotation of tanks. I've kind of just been on a broken record repeating the same things over and over again, but yeah, that's it. They also started the season off with a weird change to Lucio. It wasn't a nerf, it wasn't really a buff. I labeled it as a nerf because, well, clickbait, yeah! But for the Lucio players that know what I'm talking about, it was basically his primary fire damage got nerfed down to 18 instead of 20, so 20 to 18, and then his boot buff got buffed up to 45 damage instead of, I think, 35 or something like that. And I was like, okay, this is totally random and totally weird. And it's always my problem with Lucio is that I have to reload a bunch on this character. And I feel like reducing his primary fire damage, especially when you're fighting someone, you're going to lose the 1v1 because you have to reload every single damn time. Because, oh my god, all they need to do to buff Lucio, in my opinion, is not a boot buff or a damage buff or like fire rate buff or anything like that. Just give him like 4 more ammo or a faster reload speed or something like that. And I know Lucio's in a really, really good spot at the moment. He's one of the best supports in the game. I'm just saying, if they want to do something to Lucio, just give him more reload speed. If they're gonna,
I don't think Lucio needs anything right now, chat. I don't know. I think he's being biased right now.
That's all I ask for, man. That'd be wonderful. But they're not gonna do that. They're gonna be like, well, guess what, guys? We actually made it that if you touch a wall on Lucio, you get jump scared. Have fun. But yeah, I've noticed that with the DPS passive changes, a lot of people have kind of just been struggling with this season quite a bit. I'm not saying that the DPS passive is broken or anything. I think it's totally fine and understandable why this sort of thing has kind of like been like the thing. Also, the global healing changes are also really, really good too. So that's great. But I've noticed that a lot of supports have kind of just fallen out of being picked a lot. And this is mainly from a top 500 perspective. But I feel like I would get a lot of different supports on my team. And I've always just kind of feel like, oh, you know, I would get Mercies on my team. I'd get Iardi's on my team. I'd get Briggs on my team. I'd get, you know, Moira. I'd get all the supports. But now it's kind of lately... It's
Lucio wouldn't always be meta.
And that's not me saying that I think Kiriko is broken. I think that's more so just me
Kiri's broken, and we know why, chat. First of all, I mean, Suzu should not be an immortality. It should be a cleanse. And second of all, I'm pretty sure, you know, they make a lot of skins for Kiri or Widowmaker or, you know, even Diva or, you know, these very popular characters because they sell a little bit more. And if you don't keep a character broken or viable like Kiri, and if you make a skin for her, but she's not being played as often, chat, then they're not gonna, you're not gonna buy that skin for her.
A lot of supports have kind of struggled a lot this season because their characters just kind of suck with the DPS passive. So, yeah, it's like Lucio's still thriving, good for him, but I kind of think that it's getting stale in the sense of, I'm kind of getting tired of getting the exact same support synergies every game. I mean, that's why I like playing with Aspen, right? Because she doesn't really like playing Kiriko. She likes playing Kiriko, but she doesn't want to play Kiriko every game. So she's like, I want to play Life Hoover, I want to play Mercy, I want to play Brig, I want to play Zen. And it's like, this is fun. This is great because it's variety. It feels a bit more, every single game feels fresh because it's like, oh, I get a different support on my team every single game because Aspen's like, what kind of dice will I roll this game? And majority of the time, we're winning with dumb
that's what I meant by
by
each map is different.
But that kind of goes on to the thing as well, is that I'm kind of thinking that DPSs have kind of gotten into the state of, a lot of them are very, very stale, where it's just kind of the same DPSs get played every game. You see a lot in my videos where it's just me jumping on Widows all the time, and that's mainly the fun games. Most of the time, it's always
well, I see. See, this is what I mean, though. I feel like every map should be hero dependent. So, like on Gibraltar or New Bonnie or even Dorado, for an example, maps with a high ground should be played with dive. So you're gonna see a lot more dive. But once you hit like once you play New Bonnie, for an example, and you win, or even Watchpoint Gibraltar. Let's use one map for an example. New Bonnie. New Bonnie's first point, a lot of high ground. And fuck it. And then I was gonna say Gibraltar as well. I'm like fucking thinking about the maps as I go now. Nubani and Watchpoint Gibraltar have a lot of high ground first and second points. So you play dive, characters with a lot of verticality, so they could take over the high ground, push the enemies off, so you could push the enemies back and try to win, right? But then, as soon as you hit third point Nubani or third point Gibraltar, it becomes very flat, so you have to change your characters. That's how I feel like the game should be played, but I don't think in a real world that's how things are going to be played, because I mean, that people are just going to stick on one character, or like, you know, does that make any sense? On King's Row, for an example, it's going to be a lot of brawl, but if you get Watchpoint Gibraltar, it's going to be a lot of dive. I feel like it should, but all characters have to be viable, but right now some characters are more viable than others, so that's why you see the same characters on every single map. Does that make any sense?
Sojourn I'm always going up against, which I kind of find an incredibly boring.
And people are gonna play no matter if they lose or not. That's the issue. I don't think so. I do think people want to play to win. I don't want to think there's people who want to play one character because they enjoy this character. Maybe some games you're gonna get those people who ruin other games. But I mean, I love playing Widow, but you don't see me playing Widow on every single map. You see me playing Widow on Havana or Watchpoint Gibraltar, like very long sightlines and you know, maps that are good with Widow. Make every character broken, problem solved. You could do that.
Boring and annoying combo. I think Tracer is totally healthy and fine for the game, but I still think she's a little bit crazy strong, and maybe paired with a Sojourn. And I'm going to talk about Sojourn because I really don't like Sojourn, okay? And I understand that some people might like her.
The reason he doesn't like Sojourn as well, and I think Sojourn was really fine a few seasons ago until they buffed her to keep 25 extra charge, because you know why they said that? They said low rank players had a very difficult time building up charge and hitting the rail shots, so we're gonna buff Sojourn even though Sojourn was really fucking strong to begin with. So hey, guess what, chat? It's not the high ranked players who are like, you know, everyone's saying, that are dictating whether what gets buffed and what gets nerfed. They said the players, low-ranked players, couldn't land their fucking rail shots and they couldn't keep their charge, so therefore they're gonna give Sojourn the ability to keep 25 charge.
Like her. I think she's an annoying character. It is annoying as hell to verse her, because the whole cycle of Sojourn is like this to me. I get a Roadhog or any sort of big beefy tank on my team. The Sojourn shoots my Roadhog or my big beefy tank, and then she has 100 charge. So now, Sojourn has rail. Sojourn looks at me, rails me in the head. Oh, whoops. Unfortunately, because my tank did his job taking damage, I now get punished for it. It's annoying as hell. I don't like it. I think Sojourn's just an irritating character. It's like, well, just don't peek her. But it's like, well, I'm not gonna peek her, but she's gonna build rail again.
I mean, if I see a Maga or if I see a Roadhog on the other team chat, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna see me go fucking Sojourn. It's just because that's how it is. If you're playing Roadhog or Maga, you deserve it.
Damage because he's on Roadhog, just easy damage. But
not everyone has the mentality of play to win. But if you're playing competitive, your mindset should be play to fucking win. That's all I'm saying. Many players out there want to play modes like comp, but only want to play the heroes they enjoy. Instead of flexing and being willing to switch, they just hard commit to bad picks, even when it's just straight up sabotage. One game doing that, whatever, but there's many people out there who do it every single game. But listen, there's a reason in season 12, if Overwatch keeps to their word, but you know how well Overwatch likes to keep promises, chat. Don't worry, next season we're gonna inspect a weapon like they advertised when Overwatch 2 was coming out. Remember, chat? How can I get a smile? In season 12, apparently you're supposed to get 10 avoid slots. So maybe you're gonna be able to use those 12 avoid slots. I don't know. I think it was season 12. They announced that somewhere. Weapon inspects add nothing to the game. I think they add something to the game. I mean, Valorant has weapon inspects and it adds absolutely nothing to the game. But I mean, hey, some people want to look at their skins. I don't think there's any problem with that. If you paid $20 or your fucking mortgage that you were supposed to pay and you bought a skin instead, or a few skins, if you want to look at the skin, go ahead. Especially with the skins that they have coming out right now, like these weapon skins that you could equip with any other skin. I do think I heard you have to pay for those extra slots, though. I don't think you have to pay for those extra slots. If you have to pay money for an extra, extra 7 avoid slots for a total of 10, at this point, Overwatch just wants your money. They took the mythic skin out of the battle pass that you got for free, or not even for free. If you paid $10 for the battle pass, they took it out so that you could put it in a mythic shop. And if you want a previous one, spend fucking $70 for your mythic prisms, chat. That's fucking crazy. Let's also not talk about. Have you guys noticed that there's like 6 or 7 fucking Overwatch currencies nowadays? I actually don't understand, bro.
Roadhog is like one of the strong tanks at the moment, so we have to play Roadhog. If you guys didn't know, I don't really like Sojourn because she's kind of just been meta since like season 1 of Overwatch 2, and she's always been like a pretty solid pick. You know, I just would like it if maybe a different DPS was meta, maybe like Widowmaker or something. But yeah, I kind of feel like I'm getting a little bit tired of just versing Sojourn every single game. Tracer is kind of getting on my nerves a little bit, but it does feel
all
like
the characters that Overwatch 2 releases are not even fucking heroes anymore.
Sojourn,
they're super fucking heroes.
Like, oh my god, this Sojourn sucks at the game. That's why she lost this 1v1. It's just because she sucks at this game, and that's it. Whereas if I outplay a Tracer, it's like this is like an actual fair matchup, 1v1, all that sort of stuff. So it's not the end of the world. But yeah, at least on the bright side, Cassidy's magnetic grenade is gonna get reworked where it doesn't auto track anymore. Stupid as hell character. What the hell is going on? I'm not gonna forgive them for that stupid magnetic grenade that hinders my abilities. I get hit by that cast grenade. I'm like,
give me 1 second, chat. Something in my eye. Stop saluting my ass. Sorry, my contact was hurting.
Well, I'm dead. I can't jump on walls. This grenade sticks to my butt. Suddenly, I can't go on the walls. What's up with that? I don't know, man.
They should just bring back stun.
But yeah, that's great. I felt like I have felt like the balance this season has kind of been really stale in the sense of I just feel like the variety of characters being picked has just gone down significantly. I've noticed a lot of Reinhardt players in top 500 now, which is great. I'm fully welcome with that because they're the silliest players ever. So shout outs to all the Reinhardt players that are in high ranked or just Reinhardt players in general because they're the silliest tanks to verse. They troll like crazy 24/7 and that's how they win games. It's great. It is wonderful. But for DPS, it's just mainly the same stuff every single game. I kind of miss Junkrat being like a decent DPS pick.
I hate
mainly
Junkrat.
Because getting chased down by a Junkrat tire could just be the most adrenaline building, like funniest thing ever. And it's like, I haven't versed a lot of Junkrat players in a long time, and that kind of makes me sad. So, you know, maybe we should give Junkrat a little buff, but only for me, not for...
Oh, Frogger, I don't know what kind of fucking drugs you just did, but let's not buff Junkrat. I think Junkrat is fine. Let's calm down here, bro. He was spitting facts for the past 19 minutes, but up until this point, I think Frogger did a little bit of something off stream, bro. He's not spitting. I need PJ to probably ban this guy. I don't know what he's cooking right here.
Anyone else, mainly just so I can make some funny little videos where I get chased down by a Junkrat tire and it's funny as hell. You know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah, I think that's a good deal. But to close it all off, I wish there was a bit more variety in like the high rank Overwatch meta. I guess I've kind of just felt like same heroes.
I do think hero bans would actually be good because let's say Frogger is right. Sojourn is picked every single map. Well, you could just ban Sojourn, and even if like let's say Blizzard doesn't acknowledge that Sojourn's really busted, well, the players will know Sojourn's really busted, and we could just ban it ourselves.
24/7. I'm saying this is a one trick, but you get what I mean, okay? I just think it's the same characters all the time. A lot of characters get nerfed, but just a tiny little bit, and the same characters kind of just don't get touched ever. Does that make sense? I'm not a balanced talk type of guy, so ignore this bit, okay? Talk about the next big thing that happened this season, the Porsche collab. That's right, guys, the Porsche collab. You want to know my notes on this? All I wrote was, this sucked. I don't like the Porsche collab, guys. I really don't like the Porsche collab.
I liked it.
This is one of the most random, weirdest Porsche, Overwatch collabs ever.
Hey,
we did have the
I'm a car guy. I like it. I don't even, you know, I'm not a big Porsche fan, but like, I'm glad they added a car into the game.
Monster Diva skin, which was a bit weird, but this one's also weird. What the hell? Overwatch cars? What were we gonna get this season? Everyone's speculating. Wow, this is crazy. And I really dislike this collab for one reason.
Hey, all I'm saying is that we got Porsche. Fortnite got apparently McLaren. So I think Fortnite got McLaren.
Is that you have a car collab for things that go on the ground, go rum rum rum, 4 wheels, all this sort of stuff, and you give the skins...
McLaren better? McLaren's not better. I haven't had my car in 5 months, and I think about fucking like, you know, doing lemon law with it.
To flying characters. Okay.
Oh, PUBG
so
got McLaren.
a German guy that like charged on the ground that you could give race car sounds to, or like Bastion, who kind of has wheels. You could give Tracer.
Yeah, I don't understand why they didn't do Bastion, and they also didn't do like Tracer, because Tracer's all about going fast, or Reinhardt. I feel like they could have added more skins besides just 2.
Fast, or you know, when Lucio amps his speed, he could go rum rum instead of, you know, like that would be cool. But instead, we gave it to the 2 flying characters. That's cool, I guess. Whatever, man. And I don't know if it's in the sense of like, maybe we're gonna give it to Diva and Pharah because they're popular characters. People will buy skins for those characters. But it's like, I haven't seen anyone wearing these Porsche skins anyway. I haven't seen many people wearing them anyway. So do people
I've
buy
seen
them?
a lot of people use them.
Maybe people did, but I'm not the craziest big fan of these skins. I really
doing,
like how
Beth?
these skins were just plain white. I guess, if that makes sense. They were just like
I've
silver
seen them, chat. I've
Porsches.
seen
I
them.
wish there was some more color. Maybe like a red Porsche would have been cool, or like a blue one or something like that. That would be cool.
Oh yeah, why didn't Porsche use their Miami blue, bro? Their Miami blue's fucking beautiful. Listen, I'm not a big Porsche guy, but probably never own a Porsche, but like that Miami blue is fucking beautiful, bro.
But yeah, maybe I just don't like silver because my boss.
I don't know if you guys have never seen it. Miami blue Porsche. I don't know if you guys ever seen it. That fucking blue is beautiful on a fucking car, dude. Look at this. This is a 2019 GT3 RS. Look at the blue, bro. That fucking blue is sexy. If you don't think that blue is fucking good, you are wrong and you have horrible taste. I'm sorry. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
At McDonald's, drove a Mustang, and it was just white. It's like, why would you buy an expensive sports car and not put some color in it? Put a little stripe on it.
And I also agree to that. This is why mine's orange, chat. If you're buying a fucking car, why not stand out, bro? Get a color, bro. Like blue or orange or not really red, but like get a green fucking car. I don't care.
Put a little flame on the side of it, bro. Do you not want to be cool? But then again, this was the guy that asked me, why would you watch someone play video games, and then proceeded to tell me that he likes football. He likes watching grown men play with balls. So I was like, okay.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Sorry, I guess. I don't. He was really mean to me. I'm trauma dumping here. One thing that I forgot to talk about was the tank changes that came in mid-season. This was something that was kind of crazy, and people are like, "What the hell? What is going on?" And it's mainly just tanks took 25% damage in headshots, and then took 50% knockback reduction instead of 30%. And if you've tried booping a tank on Lucio this season, you've kind of realized, what the hell am I doing in my life? Why am I doing this? I could go get a degree. I could literally be studying for my exams. Why am I trying to boop a tank in Overwatch right now? This is the biggest waste of my time ever. But yeah, if you post a clip of you trying to boop a tank on Twitter, people are going to be like, really? Yeah, man, get owned. You can't one-shot a tank on a 4-second cooldown now. Get owned. Even though this tank is standing right on the edge, get owned, buddy. Yeah, get owned. Hashtag get owned. Yeah, there's been a lot of drama about this. People have been asking, what's my opinion on it? Do I care? Personally, I think it's fine if a tank has like crazy knockback reduction. I totally understand what the whole point of it. And I only say this, you gotta listen to me for a second, and you gotta hear me out, okay? If Lucio could still boop tanks, people would keep complaining about boop. Like crazy 24/7 to the point where the whole knockback would have gotten nerfed, and we'd be back in the state of no one gets booped ever again. It's one of those states where boop is absolutely terrible. So it's like, I call it the monkey paw, where it's like, okay, so we can't boop tanks anymore, but that's fine. We can still boop supports. We can still boop DPS, and that's totally great. But it's also funny as hell, because if I boop a tank off the map, that is funny as hell now. What the hell is this tank doing? He has literally like Fisher Price, Hasbro, my first time playing tank. You know, this guy can't get knocked off the map. And if he somehow gets knocked off the map, he's a loser. How does that happen? But yeah, so yeah, my whole thing is that, you know, it sucks, but it's also like, at least I can still boop DPS and support. If they nerf boop on like other stuff, then yeah, I'll be a little bit annoyed then, because it's like, what the hell? But I still think with like the tanks having like some headshot reduction,
raid,
I feel like you could have just put Lucio's health back up, because mainly the reason why Lucio was getting,
that's a good point, chat. What do you guys feel about do you guys think passives are actually really good in the game, or what's going on here? You know, you have your well, I think the healing passive is actually really good. The healing passive for everyone, when you take damage and you haven't been healed in a long time, you get healed. But like the roll passives, I don't What are you guys' thoughts on the role passives? DPS have like 20% damage, not 20% damage, 20% healing reduction. Tank has those no critical, 25% less headshot. You can't get booped as well. And then the Ana, I mean the support passive is what, chat? You were able to self-heal, but now you're able to self-heal faster or some shit? I don't fucking know. I think the CC passes were necessary coming from a DPS. They need to fix the support one. I don't know how I feel about passives, man. I want to play a game where there's no passives just so I could experience it.
Not health, damage up on his primary fire, which I was talking about earlier. Because it's like, if that's mainly where Lucio was getting a lot of his damage done, was just headshotting tanks and just farming like ult off tanks. So you could put his damage up. I'm biased here saying that. You know what I mean? Hashtag buff Mercy. I'm gonna tally it out. I'm gonna balance everything out by saying, yeah, guys, buff Mercy as well. While you're at it, why not? Anyways, I'm yapping again. But yeah, I wanted to talk about something else that has kind of gotten to my mental a little bit and kind of made me not to want to like really interact in the Overwatch community in a while. So this one's a little bit more depressing. But I've just felt like the community has gotten a lot more toxic recently, mainly like more so the competitive side of things. I have Twitter accounts, okay? I have my main Twitter account, which is mainly where I post memes and all this sort of stuff. I follow other Overwatch creators and all that sort of thing. And then I have my second Twitter account, which is mainly where I just yap about Overwatch and stuff I'm doing in my life, videos, stuff, all that sort of thing. And that one's mainly the Twitter I always spend my time on because it's much more of a chill place over there. I go on my main Twitter account and it's just this absolute cesspool of just people complaining about the game, people fighting over stuff in Overwatch, and just the community being really hostile towards each other.
True. That's my favorite thing to do when I wake up, bro. When I wake up in the morning, I see what's going on Reddit or Twitter or anything. Sometimes I wish I never did. Sometimes I just wish one day I could wake up and not have any problems, bro. Oh my god.
And I'm going to talk about one thing that's going to be a little bit controversial because it's something that's been happening for a while. And if you say that you like this certain thing, you're a shill, whatever. Anyway, wait, we're talking about 5v5 versus 6v6. Let's get this one over and done with. And you give my entire take on it. Guys, I'm a Lucio player. Whatever game mode that Lucio was good in, I prefer more. So if Lucio's good in 5v5, I like Lucio in 5v5. If Lucio's good in 6v6, I like 6v6. As long as my favorite heroes are good, I don't freaking care. I was going to say the F word, but I'm not. I don't really care that much if whatever, like 5v5, 6v6.
Bro.
I understand people want to...
I don't want to hear anyone... The 5v5 or 6v6 debate, chat. What are your thoughts? Quickly, go. Quickly. I think people only like 6v6 because of nostalgia. And people miss what they had before. I mean, sure, Overwatch 2 is a little problematic. But dude, so Overwatch 1 was problematic as well. I don't know. What, in my opinion, because oh my god, look at the guy's fingers. Holy shit, he turned into Waleed. Sorry, anyways. In my opinion, what they need to do is that they need to come out with a fucking arcade game mode. They need to do something. Other games do it, so why not Overwatch? Bring back an arcade game mode that's basically Overwatch 1's last patch. So it's a 6v6, and it's the Overwatch 1's last patch. So people can play it and have their nostalgia, feel, and they get what they missed and all this stuff. And then if it does really well, that could spark up what do you call it? A conversation and maybe bringing the game back to 6v6. And if it's like, that's what they should do, because I'm pretty sure they could get statistics on what arcade game mode or what quick play or quick play hacked or what they call it nowadays, or if comp is doing really well. They could, I'm pretty sure they could see all that, chat. Bro, what's that game mode that they came out with that was competitive? I'm pretty sure they had competitive hero, what is it? Competitive, mystery hero. Why not make competitive 6v6 a game mode? I feel like if they bring 6v6 back, just for everyone who was complaining that 6v6 was better, they could at least try it. They could at least remember what they missed. If it does really well, make it a permanent game mode. But at least people, or at least have talks about it in the future. But they're not doing anything about it. Yeah, and also the one bad thing about having too many game modes is you are splitting the Overwatch community. That's one thing I didn't like about the WoW community that they did. You have retail WoW and now you have classic WoW. I understand that like people want to play their own stuff, but like you're splitting the community, and so queues or maybe stuff are going to be taking longer. But yeah, that's my opinion. I would like to try 6v6. I like 5v5 as well. Do I miss 6v6? Sure, but I mean, whether it's 5v5 or 6v6, just like Frogger said, what do you call it? I'm fine with either or, to be honest with you. No, bro. Can you like
play with like a second tank? That's totally understandable, and that's totally fine.
I do miss the hero synergy between
yeah, because if people
Winston,
want 66,
Diva, Reinhardt,
I just really dislike how the community has
Zarya. I
become
miss
so
that.
hostile and toxic over the whole argument around it, because it's like, what the hell are we doing? Are we really that bored this season? And that's kind of how you know when people are arguing hardcore this season. Yes, people are really bored because it's just been drama.
True, people are really bored, bro. The one big thing I have to say is that there's no one in voice chat. I don't know if you guys are getting it or if I'm getting it, bro. I don't fucking have anyone in my voice chat talking. I don't know. I don't get it. Maybe it's because I'm a streamer and sometimes I get people who talk, but people and I'm sorry, but Blizzard is banning people for the wrong things. Saying a curse word should be fine, especially if there's filters in the fucking game that can filter out the curse words. They should not be wasting their time on banning people who say shit or fuck. They should ban the fucking people who are hacking and not just banning people in waves, bro. I feel like they have their priorities set in different places.
And it's really bummed me out, and it's really burning me out as someone that wants to interact with like the Overwatch community more, or mainly be in the competitive side of the community. But I've kind of realized, yeah, maybe being more of a casual towards this game is a lot more fun than being more of a competitive player. So I think that's kind of this case, and hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that doesn't make people angry at me. That's not my intention. I'm just basically saying that 5v5 versus 6v6 is a good thing to talk about, and it's 100% a great thing to talk about. I like seeing the discussions around it, but if it gets too hostile and toxic, I don't really get interested in it anymore. But I will say, I think it's important that we should also talk about things that should be getting added to Overwatch. I played Marvel Rivals recently. I only played about 6 hours of it, and then I got really bored of it because the game was kind of not really my taste at all. And I'm not really a big Marvel person. I like Spider-Man,
Chad, the Overwatch killer.
I played a little bit of Marvel Rivals, and I noticed that the game has like a factions thing where you can make your own little clan tags and groups where people can join that. And I thought that was really cool.
That's cool.
And I was like, wow, why doesn't Overwatch have something like that? I swear Overwatch like teased like guilds or something like that.
Yeah, didn't they tease guilds or something back in the day, chat? I feel like guilds would be a pretty cool thing to do.
Something me like hallucinating something, or I got a Mandela effect from someone making it edit on TikTok. But Overwatch would be really great if it had guilds. You know, also looking for group. You know, sometimes
they had looking for group. That's what I'm talking about. 1 step forward and 2 steps back. They used to have looking for group and then they took it out. Why would they take out looking for group? Shit, you could use my Discord to look for people to play with nowadays, but like, it's just, I don't understand why they removed good shit from the game.
I play Overwatch late at night, quick play, like 1 AM by myself. And the queue times are really long for some reason, so I might as well just join a group and play with some people. I'd be down to do that. I just want to play Overwatch with some people, man, to shorten my queue times. That'd be great. That'd be wonderful. But whatever. And then there's an in-game tournament system with the Marvel Rivals, which I thought was really cool as well.
Why don't we have an in-game tournament system? Can't they do something that combines the what do you call it? Face It with Overwatch? Face It has a lot of tournaments that we started doing. Why not do that?
Have that, you know? I feel like signing up for Overwatch tournaments is an absolute pain, and trying to find out where they're hosted on is crazy, because it's like, okay, well, this tournament's hosted on this website. Oh, but this one's hosted on this website. And then you have to make an account, and then people are going to see that to make an account, and they're going to be like, I don't want to have to make an account, man. This is dumb as hell. This is stupid as hell. All this sort of stuff. Yeah, that's kind of annoying me as well. But yeah. Moving on, I think cosmetics this season have also just been a little bit weird. I like the Mirrorwatch stuff, but I feel like pricing for a lot of these skins this season is really weird. Like, this is a recolor, right?
Yeah, they need to stop charging $20 for recolors.
Skin before. This skin's gonna be like 1,900 in the shop, And I feel like if you already own a recolored version of a skin, you should get it for a little bit cheaper. Like, there should always be, like, these skins should always come in bundles, where it's like, you get this skin and this skin for cheap. Because I don't think this is, like, a terrible Widow skin. I think I like the green on the outfit. I like the pink here. This is cool. But, you know, this is 1,900. Why am I going to buy this?
20
you know
bucks.
I mean? It's like, man, I'm embarrassed to tell people that, yes, I have this Lucio skin. Why did I buy it, man? Because I was going to write Evil Steve 2 into the Lucio Mafia storyline. And I was like, this skin's so stupid, man. I'm so embarrassed that I spent $1,900. So not dollars, Overwatch coins on this skin. I'm never going to use it ever. I know some people might like this skin, but personally, I'm not too crazy on this skin. I like the gun. But whatever. Yeah, recolor skin pricing is stupid to me. I think it should just be a little bit cheaper.
That is crazy that they changed the colors and then charge 20 bucks for it.
Crazy, you know, like this victory pose. Shout out to this victory pose. But yeah, that's really it with the skin stuff. You know, give Lucio another recolor ribbit. I'm all for it. If they give another recolor for Lucio ribbit, hell yeah, man. I want a red ribbit. That would be cool. I'm kind of just yapping about stuff that I want for the game. The next thing I wanted to talk about was the Hero Mastery Gauntlet getting removed next season. So this was a PvE type mode where you could play against little bots. You play with 3 of your friends, and you defend these little towers here. From
This was a lot of fun. I actually had a lot of fun playing this hero tower defense game. I actually played it. We beat it on Legendary, but as soon as we beat it on Legendary, we don't play it anymore because it's just going to be repetitive. But that's what I mean. It's just repetitive.
Bots taking him. I think it's a cool little concept, but it's a very simple thing that many people would play for a little bit and then get tired of and then move on. And that's fine. You could also play with practice versus AI. And I don't know if they changed something because there used to be a message here, but maybe it's because I'm in a 30-minute queue for low gravity because no one is playing this, by the way. But yeah, when you played with AI, you weren't able to get challenges, but maybe they changed it ever since, you know, they announced that they're going to scrap it so people can get their challenges with the AI now. So that's great. But before it was like, yeah, you can't get XP from playing this. Screw you, buddy. So it's like, if you have no friends, But yeah, I noticed that if you tried playing this, solo, it wouldn't really be the best experience ever. I don't know where I was going with that, sorry. But on the bright side, we're still getting like Hero Mastery solo missions. These are still staying in the game, which I thought these were always some really cool concept. I really like the Winston one, I like the D.Va one, Echo one, Genji one, Lucio one, and even the Mercy one. These ones are all really cool. I'm a big fan of the Echo one actually recently because I've been playing this one a lot, and I got to rank 4 in it. So you know, I'm not just speaking out my ass here. I got to rank 4 playing Echo Hero Mastery. Because I really like this one a lot. If you guys haven't tried this one, it's definitely one worth checking out. Because this is by far the most fun one next to Lucio's, I think. So, yeah, at least this is staying in the game. But it is unfortunate that this is just being removed. You know, I felt like this might have done a lot better if you could just put these towers into Overwatch maps. Just like, if you put towers around, like, you know, Circle Royale or Precio or something like that. And maybe people would find it a little bit more interesting. Because just being in a flat blue map might not be that interesting for everyone, because if you're someone who plays Lucio on this, it's kind of hard to use your war ability because there's no like actual proper walls around the map. It's kind of just like there's a wall here, there's a wall here, but getting around the map is a little bit awkward at times because it's just so flat. It feels weird. It's like walking around on Junkertown first point, you know. But it is quite unfortunate this is being scrapped. I thought it was a cool idea and concept, but I feel like you could easily make this a lot better if you could like let people use Workshop with it. You know, you have the Overwatch Workshop.
That's something that they should do. I've talked about that in the past. They should let people who are very creative in making all these crazy custom games, they should let them make their own maps. I think that would be a lot of fucking cool. Like have a map editor or something. I don't know. I think that would be really cool.
People make some really cool ideas with, but that hasn't.
If someone makes a very popular map or a very fucking popular game mode, Blizzard needs to suck it up, pay the person, hey, be like, hey, here's X amount of money, let's use your stuff in our game, or let's use this map as a real map, and then bang, look at that.
Update in ages. You could add some Workshop stuff where it could be like, you can give people PvE upgrades, you can just make the community do it. I feel like this game can easily survive for a long time if they just let the community have access to stuff, like the PvE missions, for example. You know, you have the Overwatch 2 story mode stuff that, let's be real, this is going to get abandoned. There's going to be nothing more for this. Let players be able to make workshop updates for this.
That
This
would be
really
cool. That would be
I
pretty
hope
cool.
that in the future, they let people just do workshop modes of this. So people could just be like, yeah, Lucio actually has some cool upgrades. Tracer has some upgrades. Let the community make the PvE for you. Because then people will see, like, cool videos of PvE upgrades made by the community. Be like, oh my god, I want to spend $15 on this. That's great. You know? I don't know, man. I apologize for getting a little bit, like, heated and frustrated there. But it's like, I like the little PvE stuff. These little stories aren't, like, the craziest things ever. But it's just, like, it annoys me how these things get abandoned. And it's like, oh, we don't know what to do. Like, how do we keep this alive? And it's just like, let the community do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you could let the community create stuff, add stuff to your game, without them getting paid, and it would do good for the games. Like, cause I'm going back to this again, and it's like, if you put players in the situation of like, oh my god, look at this TikTok of Lucio with like a double boop or like a Doomfist charge boop. That's so cool. How do I get access to this? And it's like, oh, you just go to the shop and you buy the invasion bundle, because then it's, we're helping you make money, man. You know what I mean? It's just annoying, man.
Bro, it would be the,
like
yeah, having a community created map / game modes featuring the arcade game modes would open up a whole new path for Overwatch, which would be sick. Probably bring more people to the game as well. That's what I'm saying. But like, I feel like Overwatch feels like their way is the right way, and they don't like to be told that they were wrong, so therefore they would never let someone in their own game make something that's better than them, because then they would never want to acknowledge it, in my opinion.
Can be abandoned, and that's fine by like the Overwatch team, because obviously it might not be making them money, but it's just like, let the players just step in and do stuff for you. I don't know. So I feel like Overwatch Workshop should get some more love, because there's some really cool stuff in the Overwatch Workshop. Let's take a look right now, ladies and gentlemen. We've got one dad versus 11 kids. This is one of the most popular modes in Overwatch. People love this, man. You know, just let the damn community just make stuff for you. They can do it for free. They like this game. They're passionate about this game. All this sort of stuff. It's great. You know what I mean? Like, people make their own little Overwatch stories. It's great. I like that sort of stuff. I don't know, man. I apologize for ranting and getting a little bit angry at times. But yeah. I think that's really it for my rant. I'm sorry this was all over the place. But if you guys want to hear me rant about more stuff, let me know. And hopefully we will have like the same opinions and stuff and agree, because I want this game to do well. I like this game a lot, because this is one of the only games that you know, I can play for day on end, and I like making content on it. You know, I make all my videos myself and edit all my stuff myself.
Holy shit, I didn't know he edits himself as well. That's fucking crazy, bro. I don't know how he has time to do all that and also stream for a long time. That's fucking crazy.
I want people to have fun with this game again, man. That's really all I ask for, you know? All right. Take care of yourselves, everybody. Love you heaps. Don't know why I said love you, but yep. Take care. All right, see you guys. Much love.
Yeah, bro, damn, you could go on for hours on this, man. You could go on for hours on this. Yeah, editing videos takes so much time, and I'm pretty sure to edit it, I mean, sure, I would like to edit the ways that I want some videos to be done, but like, if you edit and also stream, that's too much time, bro. There's not enough hours throughout the day. But that was a good video. I like hearing other content creators' thoughts on the game. Shit, maybe I'll do one in the future, chat, because I do feel like they need to, you know, change some stuff. And some of them are my, you know, some of them are my takes. Some of them might not, you know. W takes minus the Junkrat buffs. That's true. That's true. Yeah, there's some stuff that he hasn't talked about that we talked about. But, yeah, I mean, it is what it is, chat. Whether Overwatch actually, what do you call it, takes that into consideration is up to them, I guess. Okay, friends, YouTube thinks you might like this next video, so let me know if they're right.